your time. We've been saying that all day. Westbound 401 Express ramp to Islington 409. 2 right lanes are blocked with the crash. It's heavy approaching here Ontario to west of Mississauga Road. Looks like northbound Don Valley Parkway is heavy yet from Don Mills to York Mills, but problems south 400 at the 407 have cleared. Southbound Allen approaching Eglinton. Watch for a stalled vehicle that's in the left lane. Westbound QEW is heavy by the Ford plant, and there are delays on the eastbound QE Gardner from Bronte to Dorval, Mississauga Road to Dixie, Humber Bridge to Dufferin, and it looks a bit slow at the Spadina ramp also. And of course, if you're trying to get up hills, such as northbound Bathurst, north of Davenport, northbound Avenue Road approaching St. Clair, you're going to have some difficulty. So please be patient and be extra careful. Take winter by storm. Enjoy a $5,000 Audi Quattro credit on a 2019 Q7 and a complimentary maintenance package now at AudiQueensway.ca. Your next report is at 3:11. Now with the forecast, here's Jason Fraser.
The reason why, Christine, a lot of roadways are slick is because of all of the snow that is right now in the province.
Jesus fucking Christ, I was wondering.
Light to moderate snow across many regions, and this is going to stay that way for the next, I'll say about 5 to 6 hours, and that is the reason why.
That right there is why I listen to the news.
Warning. We could see upwards of 20 centimeters of snow after this system finally exit our region. Later on tonight, we'll see mostly cloudy skies with a few flurries possible, and the temperature dipping down by about another degree or two. Right now at Pearson, it's about -3 degrees. Our overnight low is -6.
680 News Time, 3:03.
Well, if you've been disappointed by the lack of snow we've had this winter, you're probably pretty happy right now, but it's a very different story for anyone.
We gotta get the snow out, bud.
A massive winter storm has blanketed the city and most of southern Ontario, and that snow is only expected to pick up as the day goes on.
The Extreme Weather Center now open. That's where we find 680's Michelle Mackey. She joins us live with the very latest on this stormy weather. Michelle. Irene, the Extreme Weather Center is brought to you by
I'm going to say stormy. I'm waiting for them to say
Vacation
Daniels.
is calling, and it certainly is today. Snowfall warnings are in place for Toronto, the GTA, and most of southern Ontario. With 10 to 15 centimeters of snow by the day's end, the city of Toronto is reminding residents there are 9,500 streets in Toronto and expressways, main roads.
Go find your own damn street then. See?
Followed by neighborhood roads.
Jesus, 9,500. Get the fuck away from me.
Crews are working hard.
We've got 200 salt trucks available to us, and all of our staff are available too. We've got about 1,500 workers, about 1,100 pieces of equipment in total.
And now let's head back to the traffic center with Christine Langos for a look at the road conditions. Christine. Oh, unfortunately, they are very messy, Michelle. In fact, in a lot of places, they're becoming slippery, as Jason just mentioned, and icy as well. And if you're heading towards a hill, such as northbound Bathurst, north of Davenport, we have a hill there, northbound Avenue Road approaching St. Clair, especially tricky today, and it's all because motorists are trying to negotiate these very slippery and slick hills, and if you're behind a truck or a tractor trailer, it's even worse for you. So please take it easy and drive cautiously. Give yourself lots of time to get to where you have to go this afternoon, if indeed you do have to head out at all. And check your speed, of course. Definitely don't drive at the speed that you would during a normal day. Make lots of room for yourself and other motorists. And also, I'm still hearing from traffic spotters who are saying that motorists aren't keeping their full headlight system on, and visibility is very poor today, so that would be a good idea. Michelle, back to you. Thanks, Christine. 680 meteorologist Jason Fraser says the storm will be at its worst through dinner time, and then will begin to taper off late evening.
The snow will continue on and off again, and we'll also see the winds continue to gust up anywhere between 30 to 60 kilometers per hour.
And we just had a traffic caller call in, and it was actually a snowplow operator. He said, please just give me some space. I'm out there working for you. So remember that. Practice patience. Reporting live, I'm Michelle Mackey.
680 News Time 3.
I got 4-wheel drive and 500 horsepower. I'm passing your ass.
Buckingham Palace, Harry and Meghan officially
on the cell phone too.
Of the royal family after announcing they would step back from their roles as senior members. 680's Meg Black is covering this story. She joins us live at the very latest. Meg.
Asher, yes, Megxit is official. Meghan and Harry will no longer use their royal titles or receive public funds for their royal duties.
What is exit? Does anyone remember Dexit?
She says that after months of deliberation, she's pleased that they found a constructive way forward for her grandson and his family. This comes after the couple shockingly announced last week that they wanted to step down as senior royals and split their time between the UK and North America. Here's CNN's correspondent Max Foster with more.
Doesn't everybody?
I suspect that the Queen said to the Sussexes what do you want to do? Do you want to be in or out? And they've chosen out, which is an extraordinary moment. But it's also, as I was trying to describe earlier, I think this is also a peace treaty. She's reaching out to Meghan, who's clearly particularly unhappy in her position.
Now, fear not, royal lovers. Harry will remain a prince and sit in line to the British throne. Reporting live, I'm Meg Black.
680 News Time, 3:07.
That doesn't change no matter what he does. He's still
Watchdog is investigating a police-involved shooting near the Scarborough Town Center. It happened in the area of McCowan Road in Town Center Court at around noon. Police say one man suffering serious injuries as a result of the incident and taken to hospital. He's also been taken into custody. The SIU invoking its mandate. Details are limited at this time.
680 News Time, 3:07. Looming labor disruptions by the province's largest teachers union has thousands of parents scrambling this weekend. As 680's Leah Johansson tells us, the ETFO have announced yet another one-day strike.
The ETFO says it will now have 4 days of rotating strikes, Monday through Thursday, shuttering schools across the province.
I was just trying to get confirmation on Wednesday. You're giving me Thursday too. Okay.
Carlton. On Tuesday, strike
you got little badasses all over the fucking city all fucking week, right?
Renfrew and Superior Greenstone school boards. On Wednesday, strike scheduled to hit the Thames Valley, Rainbow, and Rainy River school boards. And today, the ETFO has given notice for walkouts on Thursday in Halton, Maitland, Niagara, and Lakehead school boards. All 4 major teachers' unions are engaged in legal job actions as contract talks with the province appear to have stalled. I'm Leah Johansson. OPP say an 18-year-old speed demon was pulled over twice for speeding in the evening hours. Sergeant Kerry Schmidt says the teen was first stopped in the Niagara area and was later pulled over again, this time in Burlington, for apparently driving 188 kilometers an hour. Schmidt says the 18-year-old told police he was driving fast because he was late for his curfew. His license has now been suspended for 7 days as a result, and he probably did not make that curfew.
Curfews cause delinquency.
Well, if you were
just proven that curfews cause delinquency.
Taking the subway, well, you're not going to be able to do so if you are taking the young portion of Line 1, the Young University Spadina line. There's no subway service all weekend long between Shepherd Young and St. Clair stations. It's because of work on the Eglinton Crosstown LRT, as well as some routine maintenance. Shuttle buses are running throughout the weekend. Wheel-Trans service also available for those who need it. Regular service resumes in time for your Monday morning commute. Coming up in 30 seconds, a check on the price at the pump.
680 News Time, 3:09.
When you need to know now.
680news.com.
Do you consider traffic me time?
I mean, isn't it?
Was your last sandcastle made of snow?
It was mostly ice.
Do you think Puerto Plata is an appetizer?
I like it with salsa.
This is your Air Transat flight attendant, and I think you could use our vacation intervention promo.
No Sunwing ads.
Save up to $1,000 per level on sound packages by going to transat.com or call your Marla travel professional.
Air Transat. Vacation is calling.
Now, the 680 News gas price update. Info predicts the price of gas is going down a cent at midnight to just under $1.15 a liter. Traffic, weather, together, next.
680 News Time, 3:10. PC Optimum Points Days is coming. Our biggest, pointiest event ever. Last year, over 17 billion points were earned. Well, it's about to get pointier, honey. From January 23rd to the 26th, earn lots of points on grocery, beauty, gas, and more. Shop and earn at over 4,500 locations across the country. Like your independent grocer. Get the app or register at pcoptimum.ca to get the best points offers of the year. Restrictions apply. Visit our website for a list of participating locations and complete PC Optimum Points Days details. What does it feel like to play Lotto 649? Well, with an upcoming jackpot of an estimated $7 million, just having a ticket feels a lot like that moment between and... So get that 649 feeling. Buy your ticket today to feel the anticipation that comes with a chance to win a jackpot of an estimated $7 million, plus the guaranteed $1 million prize. 680 News Time, 3:11.
Traffic and weather together on the ones. Here's Christine Langos.
This report is brought to you by 407 ETR. It's busy on the westbound 401 from Morningside to Kennedy, alternately Express and Collectors. And there's still collision cleanup taking place on the westbound 401 at Leslie and the Express. 3 left lanes are blocked. It's heavy from the 404, both Express and Collectors. And on the westbound 401 Express round to Islington 409, a collision blocking 2 right lanes. It's also busy westbound 401, approaching here Ontario to west of Mavis and through Trafalgar also. Eastbound 401 at Renforth in the Collectors, we had a crash in the left lane. The Victoria Park ramp to eastbound 401 is blocked with yet another collision. It's a dangerous one today too. Eastbound 401 ramp to McCowan, another collision blocking the right lane. That's a lot of problems.
There's
Please
still
take it
people
easy
with no
today.
snow tires.
Northbound Don Valley Parkway heavily traveled from Don Mills up towards York Mills and busy on the southbound 404 Don Valley from the 401 to south of Lawrence. Problems clear from southbound Allen approaching Eglinton. Westbound QEW remains heavy from Appleby to Brent, where we had plows traveling across the highway. Eastbound QEW a bit busy from Cawthra to Dixie. Not as bad now on the eastbound Gardner heading out of downtown, but very slippery on the in-town routes. It's affecting that hill on the eastbound York Mills approaching Yonge. We have motorists stuck on the hill. Northbound Bathurst, north of Davenport, buses trying to make it up the hill now. Too late to change it to winter tires. Northbound Avenue Road approaching St. Clair, same situation. Hills, overpasses, bridges, you name it. People are having problems on ramps as well. Eastbound Finch at Don Mills, a collision is blocking the left turn lane. 407 ETR drivers say they save 20 to 60 minutes per trip. 407 ETR manages traffic for an excellent driving experience. Visit 407etr.com. Your next report at 3:21. Now with the forecast, here is Jason Fraser.
Well, everybody, right now we're seeing either mostly cloudy skies or either some light to moderate snow, and that is going to be the story we're going to continue to see throughout the GTA for the next couple of hours. And we're also going to continue to see the winds picking up as well. Already at Pearson International, we did see a wind gust of about 40 kilometers per hour, and that is certainly making things feel very chilly. The wind chill right now is down to -9, and when you factor in the wind and that snow, that has brought down visibilities to about half a kilometer. Now, later on tonight, we will continue to see some cloudy skies. A few of us might even see some rain showers, and we'll see a low temperature around -5. And for tomorrow, we'll continue to see some flurries develop and the winds kicking up to about 50 kilometers per hour. But the temperature is going to drop down to -6 by the afternoon. -2 right now at Pearson. Our overnight low, I should say, is -5.
680 News Time, 3:14.
Every 3 minutes, a Canadian will be diagnosed with cancer. In February alone, that's over 17,000 people. Or enough to fill a hockey arena. Sign up for Drive
We the
Out
hooligans,
today
you know we
and
got
raise
the
funds for
medicine.
people affected by cancer in support of the Canadian Cancer Society. Giving up alcohol for a month might seem tough, but it will help people facing the biggest challenge.
I didn't have a drink this month or last month. I think I already did my part.
And sign up today.
Alpine Credits.
Hi, I'm calling to get a debt consolidation loan.
No problem. Do you own your home?
Maybe.
Okay, your approved maybe.
You just made that word up.
No, I didn't. It's commonly used.
Use it in a sentence.
Easy. The word approved maybe is a totally normal, very good word that people use. See?
Alpine Credits, where homeowners
I
get
want you for
approved,
my
and maybe
lawyer,
homeowners
buddy.
get approved maybe, and we make up words sometimes. Alpine Credits, some conditions apply. Fiscal license 12616.
This is All News Radio, 680 News.
-3 degrees. It feels like -9. And in case you haven't looked at
We'll
the
have to go
side,
back
it's
to court till
snowing
May.
quite a bit. Good afternoon. From the 680 News Broadcast Center, I'm Asher Roth.
And good afternoon. I'm Irene Franklin. Here are the top stories this hour.
Talk about a winter wall-up. A major snowstorm has arrived here in the GTA, making the roads a struggle for drivers. Gusty winds are making it tough to see. We're expecting about 15 centimeters before it's all said and done. The 680 News Extreme Weather Center is open. See
Wasn't there 2 shootings?
See you later, Sussexes. Buckingham Palace announcing today Harry and Meghan no longer working members of the royal family. As part of this new arrangement, they will still live at Frogmore Cottage in the UK, but they'll have to reimburse the public purse for the millions in renovation. They'll also no longer go by Your Royal Highness. And more rotating strikes announced this morning by the union representing
What the fuck are
Ontario
we supposed
elementary teachers in Halton, Maitland, Niagara, and Lakehead will hit the picket lines Thursday. This comes in addition to rotating strikes planned Monday through Wednesday, including here in Toronto and up in York Region on Monday. Time now for 680 Sports, and from Sportsnet 590 The Fan, we check in with Brent County. Brent.
Thank you, Asher. William Nylander has goals in back-to-back games. He and the Leafs are home tonight against Chicago. You can watch on Sportsnet or listen on Sportsnet 590 The Fan, starting with the pregame at 6:30. This is the Leafs' last game before a week off. Alex Ovechkin has a pair of goals today that vaults him past Mario Lemieux to sit 10th on the all-time list. The Raptors get Fred VanVleet back in the lineup tonight as they look for a win in Minnesota. Find it on Sportsnet 1 starting at 8. The Blue Jays shake things up. They will have a slightly new look in 2020. Bringing back the powder blue uniforms as part of their uniforms. You can get a look at that on sportsnet.ca, and a couple of back nine birdies have Brooke Henderson
what color blue was it
at the
before?
Diamond Resorts Tournament of Champions. Sports at 15 and 45 past every hour or anytime on the home of Tim and Sid, now on TV and radio. Sportsnet 590 The Fan.
680 News Time, 3:17.
This is the first sound you hear when we get hit by a snowstorm. And this is the second sound you hear. Snow plows on the DVP and the Gardner. When it snows, the city has over 5,600 kilometers of roads to salt and plow. And in order to get more people where they need to go safely, we clear expressways, major roads, and transit routes first. Before moving on to residential streets. It's how we keep you moving, Toronto. Get to know the plan for snow at toronto.ca/snow.
Are you struggling with your up-close reading vision? Need a larger font size on your phone to read text messages? After LASIK-MD's PresbyVision procedure, these challenges will be a thing of the past. PresbyVision is designed to treat up-close reading vision loss as well as nearsightedness, farsightedness, and astigmatism, so you can see near, far, and everything in between without glasses, bifocals, or contacts. And for a limited time, save up to 20% on your procedure. Book your free, no-obligation consultation today at LASIKMD.com.
You're listening to All News Radio. This is 680 News. It's 3:18. South of the border, the 4th annual women's marches are taking place, with some notable folks taking center stage.
Activist Donna Hill fired up the New York City crowd where two separate rallies and marches converged on Times Square.
We will be the change that is needed in this world.
Evelyn Yang, the wife of presidential candidate Andrew Yang, who recently disclosed she was among the women who have accused a former OBGYN of sexual assault, told the crowd the rally's theme, Rise and Roar, is personal for her.
So honored to be here with you all, roaring for justice.
Women's marches around the country are focusing on issues including sex assault, climate change, reproductive rights, pay equity, immigration reform, and LGBTQ rights. Julie Walker, New York.
680 News Time, 3:19. The TTC is reminding you of the tools available to keep transit riders safe after a post online describing an alleged incident that went viral. Melissa Nicole of City News has more.
The Transit Enforcement Unit came across the viral post and reported it to police themselves.
Other people reached out, not the original poster, but other people have reached out to us. So we were aware of it. We've been in contact with the police in this particular case.
The post now has over 2,000 comments, some of which are from women who say they experienced a similar incident and allege the same man photographed was involved.
Don't always know when they happen. As I say, they can happen. Somebody can report them after the fact directly to police. And unless police come to us looking for further information, we wouldn't know that.
The woman who made the social media post says the alleged victim of the incident also responded, thanking her for sharing her story. Well, in this case, the alleged victim has not yet come forward to police. The TTC says there are different avenues riders can take if they feel they are in danger. Melissa Nicole, City News.
In 60 seconds, we'll check your drive and let you know what's coming out of the sky. 680 News Time, 3:20.
It's nice to have a guarantee that your money will grow because your kids are guaranteed to grow.
Mom, my shoes are too small.
Thankfully, HSBC Bank offers a GIC with 2.18% interest, so you'll be ready for anything.
Mom, my shoes are too small.
Again? Take a step towards financial wellness today. Get 2.18% per annum on a 218-day non-redeemable GIC for new deposits. For full details, visit hsbc.ca/grow. HSBC Bank. Together we thrive.
Traveling with Via Rail this winter includes, like always, quick and easy boarding, delicious meals, and comfy seats, perfect for working along your way. Via Rail Canada, love the way. Not included on board. Waking up on the wrong side of the bed, getting snow in your boots, cleaning the car for 2 hours, freezing your earlobes, driving in first gear all the way to the highway, sitting in bumper-to-bumper traffic on snow-covered roads, on slippery roads, not that road, it's closed. Tow trucks in the rear, snow plows blocking a view, the constant scrapes, windshield wipers that are really just making it worse, running out of windshield washing fluid, de-exhausting stress up when you're driving, and one more day gone, just like your patience. Skip the winter chaos at viarail.ca/not included.
News time 321. Time for traffic and weather together on the ones. Here's Christine Langos.
This report is brought to you by Michael Lamont Personal Injury Law. Well, not only is it kind of busy down the major routes and, of course, very treacherous because of the slippery conditions and the ice and the snow, but also we have problems now northbound Don Valley Parkway north of Don Mills. It's been busy here all day, but now we have a collision north of Don Mills. The left lane is blocked and emergency crews have arrived on scene. And then it's slow from Spanbridge to York Mills, and it looks like it's busy on the southbound 404 Don Valley from the 401 to south of Lawrence, and again approaching Don Mills. The Gardner Expressway, it looks like it's cleaning up somewhat, although some of that ice is turning into water. So I'm hearing about some ponding on the eastbound Gardner east of Jervis in the right lane. Westbound QEW remains slow from Walkers to Brant. On the eastbound 401 at Renforth and the Collectors, collision in the left lane. The Victoria Park ramp to eastbound 401 is blocked with a crash. And on the eastbound 401 ramp to McCowan, the right lane is blocked with yet another collision. We have delays on the westbound 401 through Scarborough. It's heavy from the 404 to Leslie Express and Collectors, where problems have been cleared away from the Express at long last. On the westbound 401 Express ramp to Islington 409, a collision in the two right lanes. Westbound 401 is heavy approaching here Ontario to west of Mavis, Trafalgar all the way up towards Highway 25. If you've suffered a serious injury, your recovery starts at lamontlaw.ca. Lamont Law, resolving personal injury cases for over 40 years. Your next report is at 3:31, and now with the forecast, here is Jason Fraser.
Well, if you like snow, Christine, you're going to absolutely love today. According to Environment Canada, we have a snowfall warning in effect for the entire GTA, and part of the reason why is because we can expect to see anywhere between 10 to 20 centimeters fall from the sky over the next 6 to about 12 hours. Now, later on tonight, there is some warmer air, a pocket of warm air that I'm watching that is moving over Buffalo right now that may inch very close to the Toronto region and may give us some rain showers by later on tonight. We're going to keep an eye on it. Tomorrow, we're going to see lots of clouds along with some snowfall possible. Another 2 to 5 centimeters is also possible, and we'll see a high temperature in the morning of about 2 degrees, and then it's going to get very chilly by the afternoon. We'll see temperatures sit down to around -6. Now, for Monday, partly cloudy with a high temperature then of -3 degrees. Right now at Pearson, it's -2. Our overnight low is -5.
We're two men and a truck, and we've got lots of men and lots of trucks. Whether you're planning a move to a new home or to a new office down the hall, big or small, we move them all. We even sell packing and moving supplies. But no matter what you need, we'll do it with a smile. With a 96% referral rating and the professionalism you can trust, the choice is simple. So when you're planning your next move, call Two Men and a Truck. 2 men and a truck, the movers who care.
Well, we've warned you for days, and it's finally here. A massive snowstorm continues to blanket most of southern Ontario. Coming up at 3:30, our Michelle Mackey will have everything you need to know from the Extreme Weather Center.
680 News Time, 3:25.
The 680 News Extreme Weather Center.
The latest forecast, delays on your commute, and whether schools are open or closed.
Anytime a storm hits the GTA, the 680 News Extreme Weather Center is activated.
Brought to you by Subaru, confidence in motion, and Air Transat, vacation is calling.
Exclusively on 680 News and 680news.com.
Canada's leading design festival, called Design TO, is celebrating its 10th year of collaborating with artists and designers. It's also bringing communities together. The festival started yesterday, runs until January 26th. Each day showcases a different set of themes that include spiritual experiences, culture, human connections, relationships with the environment, and so much more. To find out more, head to 680news.com.
Sounds like
Business next.
Does your
credit card debt keep you up at night? I know mine did.
Hi, I'm Adam, and 6 years ago, I was no different, so I started Newboro. Our proven step-by-step system helps homeowners eliminate debt and save thousands, like Tina.
Now I sleep at night, my debts are paid off, and I only make one monthly payment.
Read hundreds of other 5-star Google reviews and apply today to start saving.
Use your home to get a loan with Newboro. Visit newboro.com. License 13115.
People are really talking about Mazda's iActive all-wheel drive, especially Mazda owners. Kathy from Kitchener says,
I always feel safe while driving this vehicle, especially in winter.
Troy from Halifax adds, it's amazing in winter conditions. Right now, you can receive up to a $1,000 iActive all-wheel drive credit on select new models. Plus, Mazda's unlimited mileage warranty. Visit your local Mazda dealer or Mazda.ca today.
680 News Time 326.
Time for the weekend business report.
I'm Richard Southern. Your cell phone will soon be a lot faster. You know, first we had 3G, then we had 4G, and now it's 5G that's coming. Rogers Communications this past week flipped the switch on its 5G network in downtown areas of Toronto, Ottawa, Vancouver, and Montreal. It's essentially a much faster wireless connection. Nick Waddell is the editor of CantechLetter.com.
It makes things faster. It gives you better coverage. It's just the latest incremental change that's going to be offered to deal with all this capacity that we've built up.
They was talk about it, though, with the Internet of Things, you know, where every device will be interconnected using 5G. Autonomous vehicles will eventually use it. Is it important for that sort of Internet of Things, Nick?
5G is important for the launch of, 5G is important for autonomous vehicles and the Internet of Things and stuff like that. But the most important thing is that we're using stuff like Netflix more than ever. The last time that when 4G rolled out in December of 2009, Netflix was mailing CDs to us. So it's been a big change. The average person is using data way more than they did even a few years ago.
Yeah, that's true. So Rogers is turning this on, flipping the switch in a couple of cities here, Vancouver, Toronto. But no devices are able to use it yet. So why is Rogers flipping the switch, do you think?
I suspect that they've made this announcement to get the jump on other carriers who will be rolling it out in Canada later this year. You have seen T-Mobile deploy a low-band version of 5G in the United States. So really, you're going to see every major carrier start to roll out 5G. When is it going to be accessed by the consumer? Probably in a real way, not until 2021.
Bell said its early 5G service will be available as well this year. Rogers is the parent company of this radio station. At the Business Center, I'm Richard Southern.
Trend alert for the new year: sleep. It's so hot right now. And the best part, it looks good on everyone. Can't say that about bangs.
Sleep better this year with Sleep Country's year-end model sale. Get amazing prices on select brand new beds in 2019 styles, colors, and fabrics, and our sleep experts will match you to your best sleep. Plus, get a Hot Buy Sealy Eurotop Queen mattress with extra back support, just $489. Hurry in store or online. It's on now. Sleep Country, all for sleep.
Your insurance denied your disability claim, and the bills from the holidays and everyday living are piling up. What are you going to do? Who can you call? Call me, Aaron Waxman, at 416-661-4878. And don't worry about upfront legal fees, because there are none. At my law firm, my team of lawyers only get paid when you get paid. And before you call, you should always remember that there are no bad questions. 416-661-4878 or on your cell phone at pound LTD.
It's time for the 680 News Business Travelers Forecast, brought to you by Walmart. Now at Walmart, save $1 on a liter of Heinz ketchup. Now only $2.97. That's another reason why grocery bills are lower at Walmart. Period.
Vancouver, light rain and 4 degrees. Ottawa, partly cloudy, -12. St. John's, overcast, -5. Lots of snow there as well. And there's lots of snow here in Toronto, where it's currently -2 degrees, feeling like -8. It's 3:30.
#1 for news in Toronto. This is 680 News.
Good afternoon. This is a snowy Saturday, January the 18th. I'm Irene Precklett.
I'm Asher Roth. Here's what's making news right now.
Heavy snow and strong wind.
The snowfall warning in effect for pretty much the entire GTA.
Winter is back and the Extreme Weather Center is open.
Buckingham Palace says Prince Harry and Meghan are going to be quite a bit less royal. That means no title and finding another source of cash.
The union representing elementary school teachers across the province announcing its latest round of rotating strikes, impacting more school boards on Thursday.
Putting the pedal to the metal means no wheels for a speedy teen driver in the GTHA.
Busy day in the NHL with 12 games in total. That includes the Leafs home tonight, while the Raptors are in Minnesota looking for a third straight win. Sports at 45.
And coming up in business, many people say they'll work in retirement, but fewer retirees actually have a job. That and other misconceptions are explored in a survey for the Royal Bank.
Who's going to work for?
680 News Time, 3:31.
Time for traffic and weather together on the ones. Here's Christine Langos.
This report is brought to you by Alterna Savings. We still have a crash on the eastbound 401 at Renforth, and the collector's left lane is blocked. It's very busy everywhere I'm checking, so these are just some issues that we have going on. Eastbound 401, the ramp from Victoria Park had been blocked because of a collision, but it looks like they've cleared that away, and they've definitely cleared this crash from the eastbound 401 ramp to McCowan, so now the right lane has been reopened. Lots of volume westbound 401 approaching Markham Road to Avenue Road, alternately express and collectors. And of course, we have plows and salters out as well, so they're going to add to the delays, but keep the road safe for you. On the westbound 401 express ramp to Islington 409, there's a crash blocking two right lanes, and it's busy in the west from Trafalgar off and on towards Highway 25. Northbound Highway 400 approaching Mapleview is down to one lane only because of a crash. Northbound Don Valley Parkway north of Don Mills, it looks like the collision has been cleared out of the way, so all lanes have been reopened, but they're all slow from Don Mills to York Mills. Busy on the southbound Don Valley Parkway from the 401 to south of Lawrence, and things are clearing on the QEW, although Salters and Sanders will probably make another pass. Now on the eastbound QEW itself from Guelph line to about Appleby, and then it picks up, and eastbound Gardner is quite slow now at the Spadina ramp. Saving for retirement doesn't have to be scary. Talk to an advisor at Alterna Savings about the best plan for you. Visit alterna.ca to book an appointment. Alterna Savings, discover the good in banking. Your next report is at 3:41, and now with the forecast, here is Jason Fraser.
You know, looking at the radar, Christine, it makes me miss what happened just about a week and a half ago where we had temperatures right around plus 12 degrees. Right now, we're not going to get anywhere close to that today. It is all because of a massive system that continues to move across the GTA, and many of us are seeing light to moderate snow showers, and this is going to continue for the next couple of hours. Many spots could see anywhere between 10 to about 20 centimeters of snow, and then overnight, some of us could end up seeing some flurries. It can't rule out the possibility of even seeing a few rain showers develop around the city of Toronto. Right now, it's -2 at Pearson. Our overnight low is -5.
680 News Time, 3:33.
Well, it's a winter wonderland. Nice to look at from inside, all dry and toasty. Maybe a hot chocolate, but not if you have to be somewhere anytime soon. Shovel arms already getting a workout as the snow piles up. A snowfall warning continues to be in effect. It includes all of southern, central, and eastern Ontario, including Toronto.
I'm going to stretch out those shovel arms before I leave here today. Because of that, though, the Extreme Weather Center is open. That's where we find 680's Michelle Mackey, who joins us live with a breakdown on all the snowy details. Michelle.
The Extreme Weather Center is brought to you by Subaru. Confidence in motion. And Asher, a good idea to stretch out those arms because this is a wet, heavy snow. 10 to 15 centimeters expected through the GTA. North of the city, even higher amounts. And as 680 meteorologist Jason Fraser tells us, southeasterly winds will be gusting up to 60 kilometers an hour.
And once you factor in that wind, that could make total visibilities around the region go from about 1 to maybe about 2 kilometers to upwards of just 0
Now, for those of you who are venturing out, let's head back to the traffic center to check
all
on the road
upwards of
conditions
zero. What the fuck
with
do you mean?
Christine Langos. Christine.
Thank you, Michelle. Unfortunately, they're very poor this afternoon. Not only snow covered in a lot of areas, but icy and slippery as well. And here's some areas where we're having a hard time with hills, trying to head up a hill. Eastbound York Mills approaching Yonge. I'm hearing that there are motorists stuck on the hill there. They're also stuck northbound Avenue Road approaching St. Clair, and northbound Bathurst north of Davenport. We had buses trying to make it up that hill earlier, and that, of course, is causing a bit of mayhem. So keep your basic rules of the road in your back pocket. You want to give yourself a lot of extra time to get to where you have to go to anticipate anything that might come up. Drive cautiously. Do check your speed today. Don't go at the usual speed that you would on a regular sunny, dry day. Make lots of room for yourself and other motorists. And keep in mind, in a lot of areas, we have plows and salters out on the road, so keep a safe distance back and do not try to pass them. Michelle, back to you.
And Christine, air travel also problematic today. Currently 36 delays and 24 cancellations reported at Toronto Pearson Airport. Reporting live, I'm Michelle Mackey.
680 News Time, 3:36. And we've got breaking news from the UK. Buckingham Palace announcing the Duke and Duchess of Sussex no longer members of the royal family. 680's Meg Black is on the Royal Watch. She joins us live with the details. Meg.
Yes, Irene, a bombshell from Buckingham. Harry and Meghan are no longer senior royals, and that means they'll no longer go by his or her royal majesty. They'll also no longer receive public funds for their royal duties. The Queen issued a statement detailing her support and understanding for the couple's exit, recognizing the challenges they've faced due to intense scrutiny over the past 2 years, and that she's in full support of their wish for a more independent life. CNN's royal correspondent Max Foster
going to be selling
more.
drugs or something.
The slate is clean. I'm trying to create a brand of positivity around this, and I think the Queen's managed that, and I think it's really interesting to see how William, Charles, and the Queen have come together and tried to be as constructive as possible to give Harry what he wants.
Now, since last week's initial announcement that they wanted to step down as senior royals, there's been a lot of noise about the financial future and taxpayer dollars. The palace did say that the couple will repay the £2.4 million of taxpayer money that was spent renovating their home near Windsor Castle, but did not disclose who will pay for the couple's security moving forward. These changes won't come into effect until spring of this year. Reporting live, I'm Meg Black.
680 News Time, 3:37. The province's police watchdog is investigating a police-involved shooting near Scarborough Town Centre. It happened near McCowan Road and Town Centre Court at around the noontime hour. Police say a man suffered serious injuries and has been taken to hospital for treatment. He was also taken into custody. The SIU have invoked their mandate. Details at this time are limited.
A teenager has had his license suspended after he was nabbed for allegedly speeding twice in the same night. The OPP say the 18-year-old was first stopped in the Niagara area, where he reportedly told officers he was speeding because he was late for his curfew. A few hours later, he was pulled over again, this time near Burlington, for driving 188 kilometers per hour. Police say his license has been taken away for a week.
This is 680 News, All News Radio. Parents across the province and here in the GTA are scrambling as the province's largest teachers union announced further job action today. 680's Leah Johansson says the union and the province still far from coming up with a solution.
ETFO, which represents around 83,000 teachers and education workers, will start the strikes on Monday, shuttering schools in Toronto, York Region, and Ottawa-Carleton. On Tuesday, elementary teachers in Grand Erie, Trillium Lakelands, Renfrew, and Superior Greenstone school boards will walk off the job. Wednesday, we'll see job action at Thames Valley, Rainbow, and Rainy River school boards. And on Thursday, staff now giving strike notice for Maitland, Halton, Niagara, and Lakehead school boards. Both sides still at odds, with the teachers union blaming the province for stalling talks and the Ford government saying they would resume talks with the unions when they show a willingness to compromise. I'm Leah Johansson.
Still to come on 680 News, we'll see where the price of gas is going. 680 News Time, 3:39.
24-hour gaming excitement awaits you at Casino Ajax. Test your luck on over 900 of your favorite slot machines and 50 electronic table games. Hungry? We have daily dining specials from 4 to 11 p.m. at spectacular prices, including T-bone steak on Wednesdays, prime rib and 2 lobster tails on Thursdays and Fridays, or shrimp and steak on Sundays. Must be 19 plus. Winner Circle Rewards membership required. If you gamble, play smart.
Casino Ajax.
Now, the 680 News gas price update. Enpro predicts the price will go down a cent at midnight to $1.14.9 a liter at most GTA stations. Coming up, traffic and weather together on the ones. It's 3:40.
Maybe you don't know where to start. Maybe tomorrow's goals feel so far away. What if we told you that maybe you're closer than you think? That a simple conversation can spark something amazing. Your savings and investments can stand for so much more when they don't stand still. And Scotiabank can help every step of the way. Energize your investing. You're richer than you think. Scotiabank.
The winter sales event is on at Mercedes-Benz Durham with exclusive offers on 2020 models. Lease a 2020 GLC 300 4MATIC SUV equipped with premium and sport package from $696 per month with zero down. Or find special savings on all demo models. And existing Mercedes-Benz customers receive an additional 1% lease or finance rate reduction. Mercedes-Benz Durham, 2019 Star Dealer, 20 minutes east of the DVP. Part of the Zakin Auto Group. 680 News Time, 3:41. Time for traffic and weather together on the ones. Here's a very busy Christine Langos. Oh, what an afternoon it's been, Irene. Thank you. This report is brought to you by Air Canada Vacations. If only eastbound 401 at Redforth in the collectors, they've just cleared a collision away from here. However, past that in Scarborough, eastbound 401 at McCowan in the collectors, there's a stalled vehicle now in the right lane. A tow has arrived on scene, and just general volume on the westbound 401 still as you make your way anywhere from McCowan over to Avenue Road, alternately express and collectors. Now, problems have finally cleared from the westbound 401 express round to Islington 409, so that ramp is reopened. Westbound 401 heavy in the west end approaching James Snow to west of Highway 25, and it looks like it may be because of plows traveling through that area. Northbound 400 approaching Mapleview, it looks like problems here have been cleared away. It's still slow going as you head towards the Barrie area on the northbound 400, but now lanes are getting through. And I'm just having a look at our DVP and Don Mills camera. Northbound Don Valley Parkway, just north of Don Mills, looks like we might have a spun out vehicle blocking a piece of the right lane and shoulder. It's a slow go from Don Mills to York Mills, and southbound Don Valley Parkway slows from the 401 to south of Lawrence. Pretty good, all things considered, on the Gardner Expressway as you travel into and out of downtown. Just be extra careful. Westbound QEW is heavy from Guelph line, or rather eastbound QEW is slow from Guelph line to east of Appleby. We had plows here earlier as well. At eastbound Finch at Don Mills, the left turn lane is blocked because of a collision. Go Caribbean this year with Air Canada Vacations. Until January 26th, their bye-bye winter event can get you to Curacao for loads less. Book today at aircanadavacations.com. Your next report is at 3:51. Now with the forecast, here's Jason Fraser.
Right now, we're seeing lots of areas that either are seeing some light to moderate snow showers. This is going to continue for the next couple of hours. By the time the system, which extends all the way into Ottawa down to Houston, Texas, moves out of the GTA, we could see anywhere between 10 to about 20 centimeters of snow. And at times, it could be heavy across southern Ontario. Now, later on tonight, we could end up seeing some flurries as well as some light rain across the region. I'm watching a pocket of air right now that is very warm that's moving over the Buffalo area as well as the Niagara region, and it likely will extend into the city of Toronto. So we're just going to have to keep an eye on that. Now, for tomorrow, we'll see lots of clouds. We could even see some flurries, 2 to 3 centimeters possible. There might be 1 or 2 spots that may receive upwards of 5 centimeters. We'll see a temperature in the morning of +1, but down to -6 by the late afternoon. -2 right now at Pearson International. Our overnight low is -5.
Still to come on 680 News, the latest headlines and sports. 680 News Time, 3:44.
Do you consider traffic me time?
I mean, isn't it?
Was your last sandcastle made of snow?
It was mostly ice.
Do you think Puerto Plata is an appetizer?
I like it with salsa.
This is your Air Transat flight attendant, and I think you could use our vacation intervention promo.
Vacation?
Save up to $1,000 per couple on sound packages by going to transat.com or call your Marla travel professional.
Air Transat. Vacation is calling.
Few cars can navigate a winter drive as well as a Volvo. Rigorously tested in Sweden's Arctic Circle, every Volvo is designed to confidently handle whatever a Canadian winter brings your way.
Lease the 2020
What
Volvo
happens if I hit a moose? Oh, wait, it's a
$699 a
Volvo.
month at 2.9%
Like 15
for
fucking
48
handbags.
months for $6,250 down. Visit your local GTA Volvo retailer or volvocars.ca for details.
This is All News Radio, 680 News.
The temperature has warmed up to -2, but it's still snowing. Good afternoon from the 680 News Broadcast Center in downtown Toronto. I'm Irene Precklip. Here are the top stories this hour. The snow at times blowing sideways and at times fast and furious. We're in for lots of it right across southern Ontario, including the GTA. So much snow that a snowfall warning continues to be in effect, up to 20 centimeters possible. Because of that, we've opened up the Extreme Weather Center. Buckingham Palace says Prince Harry and his wife Meghan are going to be quite a bit less royal now that they've decided to step back from official senior duties. The palace says they will no longer be called Royal Highness or receive public funds. The Elementary Teachers Federation of Ontario announcing another one-day strike for later this week. It comes as ETFO begins rotating strikes on Monday, affecting schools in York Region and Toronto. 680 News Time, 3:46. Now, 680 Sports from Sportsnet 590 The Fan, Brent Gunning.
Thank you, Irene. The Leafs home tonight for a 7 o'clock start against Chicago. You can watch it on Sportsnet or listen on Sportsnet 590 The Fan, starting with the pregame at 6:30. William Nylander has goals in 2 straight games, and that doesn't surprise Zach Hyman.
I think he scored probably more goals in front of the net this year than in previous years. So I think he's figuring out that that's where a lot of goals come from. And
Zach Hyman would know after this. The Leafs have a bye week. The Capitals charge back thanks to another Alex Ovechkin hat trick. That makes it hat tricks in 2 straight games. Washington beating New York 6-4. Also, Alex Ovechkin now tied with Steve Yzerman for 9th on the all-time list. Also earlier today, he passed Mario Lemieux. I'd say that's a good afternoon. Raptors on the road in Minnesota, finishing off a back-to-back. Fred VanVleet is back for the 8 o'clock tip. Find it on Sportsnet 1. And the Blue Jays show off their new threads. The team will add a powder blue jersey. Take a look at it on sportsnet.ca. Sports at 15 at 45 past every hour or anytime on the home of Tim and Sid, now on TV and radio. Sportsnet 590 The Fan.
What was wrong with the old uniform?
To ski. Others ski to live. Introducing Bluemont. Blue Mountain Chalet living on 60-foot executive lots. Steps from the mountain. A lifetime of memories awaits you and your family. Chalets from $890,000. For more information or directions to our sales office, visit Fremont.com.
Did you miss filing your taxes? Did you let 1 year turn into many? Boxes of paper, lost documents, disorganized, confused. Don't know where to start? What to do next? We do. Call Mark Feldstein Chartered Professional Accountants. We deal with this every day. It's never too late. Start sleeping at night. Call Mark Feldstein Chartered Professional Accountants now at pound tax. That's the pound sign tax. Or visit markfeldstein.ca.
You're listening to All News Radio 680 News. On any given night in Toronto, more than 9,500 people are sleeping on the streets, and there have already been 8 deaths among the homeless in the GTA, and that's just since mid-October. Engage and Change's Project Winter Survival has been handing out 3,000 kits to those in need today. Jody Steinhauer is the woman behind the initiative and says the demand will not be met.
We had over 18,000 kits requested this year from over 240 shelters, outreach agencies. As far as Windsor, it's just mind-boggling what's going on, and they're pleading and they're begging it for our help.
Each kit contains items like a sleeping bag, clothing, food, and personal health care items that often make a difference between life and death. South of the border, a new study finds binge drinkers in the U.S. are drinking more than ever. American health officials say overall rates fell from about 19% in 2011 to 18% in 2017, but the actual number of drinks has increased. According to the Centers for Disease Control, the average number of alcoholic beverages during benders climbed, but the CDC says the rise was not seen in college-age students, but rather in people 35 and older. Well, coming up, we'll check on that snowy drive and find out just when will that snow stop. Traffic and weather together on the ones is next. 680 News Time, 3:50.
Are you hiring now or will have a job opening soon? We can help. Check out the Next Steps Employment Centers at next-steps.ca. It's where qualified candidates go to look for their next job. We offer free recruitment services, and you may qualify for financial incentives. And have you heard? Through the Canada-Ontario Job Grant, you could be eligible to receive up to $10,000 per employee in government support to cover training costs. Learn more at next-steps.ca. That's next-steps.ca. Next Steps Employment Centers are funded by Employment Ontario.
Aaron Park. Steve, how did the Aaron Park Toyota staff make you feel?
Oh, you know what? When I walk in, they are smiling and they are really attending the details. Aaron Park actually make me feel like I'm a member of the family, and I feel the comfort and I feel the love.
Okay, now it can't get any better than that.
Aaron Park. It's time to Toyota. Get 0.49% finance rates up to 48 months on all new 2020 Corollas, all with Toyota Safety Sense.
Aaron Park. 680 News Time, 3:51. Time for traffic and weather together on the ones. Here's Christine Langos.
This report is brought to you by TSC. I'm just having a look at the northbound Don Valley Parkway north of Don Mills, and the right lane is blocked here with a spun out vehicle. No tows on scene or anything like that, but it is causing a delay. Northbound Don Valley Parkway is heavy from north of Bayview Bloor to York Mills. And on the southbound side, southbound Don Valley Parkway remains busy, 401 to south of Lawrence. A bit of volume on the eastbound 401 from Guelph line to east of Appleby, but things are thinning out on the Gardner-Toohey combination right now. On the eastbound 401, it's busy from James Snow to Trafalgar, and problems at McKeown in the collectors have been cleared away. Volume on the westbound 401 from Curtis off and onto Brook Street. There's another collision now westbound 401 at Salem. The left lane is blocked here, and it's busy westbound 401 through Kennedy and the collectors, and from the 404 to Avenue Road, alternately express and collectors. Now northbound Bathurst, north of Davenport, northbound Avenue Road approaching St. Clair, northbound Bayview Extension, north of Pottery. All these areas have the same thing in common. They're very hilly, and it's buses and tractor trailers and trucks are having a hard time making it up these hills. And that's going to happen in a lot of areas, too numerous to mention. So please take it easy and give yourself extra time. If you come across something like this, you want to be very, very cautious. And also keep your full headlight system on. It's getting darker, so that's going to be a given soon. But you should have had them on for the most part today. Treat yourself to the It Cosmetics It's Your New Year Blow Away 4-piece collection featuring the Lash Blowout Mascara. Save 30% at TSC today. Shop TSC.ca.